Yeah,
like you do
yesterday was a lot.
Oh yeah, it was those pull-ups.
Yep.
A ladder.
Arm circles. Yes, we did a lot of pull-ups yesterday. A lot of squat. I went very hard yesterday, which I'm pretty proud of. I did not think I was going to be able to do that.
I think they're bruised.
They're bruised.
It does feel like that though when they're really sore. Grab your hands behind you, straighten your arms as much as you can, lift as much as you can. Oh. If it feels good, maybe add a forward fold. If that does not feel good, stay upright. Stand if you need to, shake out your arms. Next, touch the floor between your feet. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Stand up between each rep about 5 times. And then hands to the floor. Walk out to a plank. Walk back and stand. Anywhere from 2 to 5 times. Finishing with your knees on the floor. So after you've done 2 to 5, put your knees down. And then with your knees on the floor, put your right foot forward and hold that stretch from your hands, or maybe go down to your elbows if you can and it feels good. And if you want to add on to this stretch, Jen is doing the extra stretch where you reach for the floor and then turn and reach for the ceiling. And you keep going down, up, 5 on the right, and then switch to 5 with your left arm. That part is optional. If it feels good, add it in. If it doesn't feel good, just skip it.
Or force yourself.
Force yourself. Good job, Sly. I'm clearly not, and I probably should.
It's just when you try to do the opposite side, it's
I
like,
know.
Ugh.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Bring both hands up to your knee, tuck your hips, and with your left arm, either reach up and over or reach back and grab your foot. You don't find it that hard, eh? That one. Yeah, Jen doesn't find that stretch yeah, it's not that hard for her and it feels good. For me, it's like, it's horrible. It does not feel good. I can barely do it.
I'm anxiously waiting for your half class on this whole stretching because I did yoga yesterday with this. And it's like,
switch legs, left foot forward.
I like Jenny's version of yoga better.
Yeah. Yoga for people who can't stop moving.
Yeah, that's the kind of yoga I want. No meditation, just go.
You can tell this is not yoga.
This is not yoga.
I remember doing hot yoga once and I thought I was going to die.
I also thought I was going to die, but I did enjoy it. The first 5 minutes was just talking myself down, like, don't have a panic attack, it's okay. But then once I got my body adapted or adjusted a little bit, then I did enjoy it.
I know, it was too weird. Too many hot, sweaty people.
Well, they tell you to be quiet too, which is very...
Yeah, exactly.
Come on,
no talking.
With your right arm, either up and over, or reach back and grab your foot.
You weren't allowed to have any friendly banter.
No, I walked in, I went, oh my God. And
yeah, me too.
Okay, I get it.
Good, have a seat, feet in front, knees up. Yeah, I have been to yoga classes where there's no talking. And I have been to yoga classes that are, you're like in our class, before we start, there is talking. And during, there's a few people talking or like smiling, laughing here and there, like minimally, not much, but it depends on the instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of get vibes from them.
Yeah. You could always talk to yourself. For some reason, I'm picturing my practical lunge like a foot on the ground. No. And then my lunge. Now we're going to go into downward dog next. So come up to your hands and knees.
Jen, this is yoga. We just sit down with dog.
I mean, yeah, a lot of yoga is great warm up, great stretches, great mobility exercises. You're allowed to talk and smile and breathe and curse if you want to. Curl your toes under, lift your hips high, push your chest towards your legs. Your head and your chest are moving towards your legs, so your head should go through your arms, and then maybe lift and lower your heels. Good, now we're gonna do a sloppy push-up. So lay all the way down, hands under your chest, elbows against your body. Just push your upper body from the floor, head comes up. Stop at your hips, if you can even get that high. If not, that's okay, I can't get quite to my hips. But now we're gonna repeat downward dog. So come up to your knees, curl your toes under, and then one more time, lift your hips high, push your chest towards your legs. You can wiggle your feet farther back if you need to. You can change your position of your feet if you want to. And then again, sloppy push-up. Lay all the way down. Hands close to your body. Bring your elbows right against your ribs, and then push your upper body from the floor. Good, then turn onto your back. Two choices for this stretch. Option one, feet on the floor, knees up. Drop both knees side to side. Hold for a few seconds on each side. Just keep switching sides. Option two, straighten your legs. Lift one leg, roll across to the side. Try to touch your foot all the way to the floor, and then put that leg down, switching sides. Just keep switching sides. Take your time. Good, one more time, each side. And now we're gonna go into the warm-up circuit. So all of these intervals will be 30 seconds, one right after the other. We're gonna start with dead bug and hollow body in 10 seconds. So stay on your back, lift your arms, lift your legs, push your back against the floor, ready. So option one, move opposite arm and leg out and in, keeping your lower back tight to the floor. Option two, both arms and legs out and in. And then option three, everything out and hold as long as you can. I prefer option one. Head and shoulders can be up or down, whatever feels best for you. Good, now use your legs to rock yourself up. Feet on the floor, hands behind you, feet wide, lift your hips and hold. So come up as high as you can, but it's okay if your hips are just a little bit off the floor. And if that is too tough, take breaks. Put your bum down, take a deep breath, and then do it again. Exhale, lift your hips up again. 10 seconds. It's okay to stop early. Good, now flip over to your hands and knees for bear plank. So from your hands and knees, curl your toes under. Lift your knees up just a couple inches off the floor and hold. So my knees are off the floor, but they're really close to the floor. And then from there, if holding feels easy, you could try doing hand taps. Touch the back of your hand, maybe shoulder taps. If that's all pretty easy, try crawling forward and back. Good, spiders next. From your knees or from your toes, take a step forward and try to get your foot beside your hand and then switch legs. So down on your knees is going to be easier. If you want to make that harder, do it in a plank from your toe. Just keep switching sides, take your time. And you can also lift your hand and then put your foot forward, but then put your hand down for a moment and switch legs. So I can lift my hand, put my foot down, and then reset. Good, now, side plank. Doesn't matter which side. I'm gonna start from my knees. Go as soon as you can. So level one, both knees are bent and I'm holding from my elbow. Level two, straighten your top leg. Level three, both legs are straight, but your top foot is in front. And then the last, stack your legs, one foot on the other. We only do this once per side. Good, switch sides. Half interval. Side plank on the other side. Level 1, both knees are bent. Level 2, top leg straight. Level 3, both legs straight, but put your top foot in front so there's space between your feet, wider legs. And then the hardest, stack your legs, 8 seconds, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your inner thighs. Good work, rest, well done. Now squat stretch or frog stretch. So frog stretch is on your knees, but you move your knees out to the side and then get down on your elbows and then push your hips back a little or as much as you can. And you'll feel that stretch in your inner thighs and your hips. Your other choice is to come up to your feet and get into the lowest squat you can. And you can hang on to a chair if you need to. And it's okay to shift side to side. Try to push your knees open with your elbows. Jen's doing frog stretch. I'm doing squat stretch.
Should you do both, Jen? Like, should you rotate? I always do frog.
Yeah.
I always do squat stretch.
Yeah. So I think yes, you should do both. If you can. So almost everybody can do frog, but a lot of people can't really do a squat stretch. But if you can do both, I think it's better to rotate back and forth. I never did frog either because I can do squat stretch. So I always did squat stretch. And then I was reading about what happens to your pelvis and things in frog. And I think for some people, yeah, doing both is actually beneficial. So frog is easier to do, but that doesn't mean that you should only do the one that's harder. So yeah, I think we should. Okay. There's muscles in your pelvic floor that it's easier to relax those muscles in frog position. So if you only ever do squat stretch, your pelvic floor muscles might not get a stretch the way that you think they are. So yeah, we should do both.
Okay. If you say pelvic floor enough, Jen, we're gonna get ads in our phones about pelvic floors. Totally.
That's the pelvic floor health is like now like the next glutes. The wave of glute focus for fitness is starting to end, and now it's pelvic floor.
Yes. Love it.
Okay, so next up, we're gonna do half windmill or half get up. I'm gonna show you what I mean. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're gonna go right side, rest, left side, rest, 4 times. So there's a few. No, there's a few. We're gonna do half get up or half windmill. And there's a few choices. Let me grab a lightweight. Jen's ready to go. To the fetal position. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you half windmill first, and then I'm gonna show you how to make it half get up. So half windmill is on your knee with your right foot in front, and you're gonna hold your weight in the same arm. So right foot, right arm. If your weight feels too heavy, just put it down and do it without. Okay, you don't actually have to use your weight for this. You're gonna push your hip to the side. So I'm sticking my bum to the right, and then I'm gonna rotate my body and put my left hand to the floor. So this is part 1. And if this feels easy and you wanna work on more, the half get up we're gonna work on is windmill, woo, putting your leg through and sit. Come up, bring your leg back, and windmill. So if you've never done this, start with the windmill. If you have done the full get up and you want to work on bringing your leg through and back, go for it. But that part is really optional. So grab your light weight if it feels light enough. If you don't have a lot of weights to choose from, do this without the weight. Just learn the movement. These movements are complicated and you might just feel like, I'm not ready to pick up the kettlebell yet. That's totally fine. All right, 10 seconds to go. I'm gonna start without the weight. And I'm just gonna be doing the half windmill to start. Ready, right foot in front, right arm up. Push your bum to the right, turn your body, and put your left hand to the floor. Come all the way back up and rotate back. So hip to the side, turn, left hand to the floor. All the way up, turn back. So what we're trying to do is keep the arm that's up in the air really stable and really straight. So you're trying to bend at the hip, not at the side of your body, pushing your bum and your hip to the side and to the back as much as you can, as much as you need to. Good, rest. Bring everything down, switch legs. So we're doing 4 rounds. Next round, I'm gonna incorporate bringing my leg through and back, only if you wanna try it. For now, we're just gonna stick with windmill. Go, left foot in front, left arm up. Push your bum to the left, turn your body, right hand to the floor, come all the way back up and turn back. You can bring, if you wanna go into that half get up, go ahead and bring your leg through now if you want to. If you need more time to warm up, you can wait till I start it next round. Whatever you feel you can do. Remember to rotate your body. So you're gonna turn and then right hand to the floor. So you're not going straight down beside your back leg. You're turning and then hand down. Good work, rest. Switch sides again. So this round, I'm gonna bring my back leg through. It's optional. It's very challenging. It's part of what's called a Turkish get up, which is a big kettlebell movement. So if this is not for you, just stick with hand to the floor and then come back up. All right, right foot in front, right arm up. So I'm gonna push my bum to the right, rotate, put my left hand down. If you want to, bring your back leg through and sit. And then to come back up, lift your bum, bring your leg behind you, and now it's a half windmill to come up. That's the extra movement. So I'm gonna rotate, hand down, bring my back leg through and sit, lift up, leg comes behind, and then stand. This is hard, this is really tough. I put my weight down, I'm not even using a kettlebell, but that leg movement is completely optional. Good work, rest. Switch sides. The first part of this movement is called the half windmill, and it's a really great exercise. It's hard on its own, so don't add on if you don't feel like you're ready. Left foot in front, left arm up, ready. Now I'm gonna push my bum to the side, rotate, right hand to the floor, and from there I'm gonna bring my back leg through and sit. Lift up again, bring my leg behind, and all the way back up, rotate to the front. Do it again. Push your bum to the side, rotate, hand down, leg comes through and sit. Lift your hips high, bring your leg through. Oh, half windmill up. You'll have one side that's easier than the other, most likely. So this is my easy side. Like the difference for how easy I can move my leg on this side compared to the other side is huge. The other side is really hard, very stiff. Good, rest. 2 rounds to go. I'm gonna try this whole thing with a weight now and see how it feels. It was not that, didn't feel that great at first. Maybe I'm a little more warmed up now. Right foot in front, right arm up, ready. Push your bum to the right, turn your body, left hand to the floor, come all the way up and turn back. Turn your body, left hand to the floor, all the way up and turn back. Continue to add on that extra part if you want to by bringing your leg through. If you want to try that, if you want to work on that. Now, some people can move their hip to the side and some people move their hip to more towards the back. Both are fine. Whatever position allows you to push your hip, to bend your hip. Good, rest. So what I mean is, I think I go pretty much to the side, but others will go back. Both of those are fine because we're trying to use the hip to move and not our spine. So it doesn't really matter to me what direction you push your bum, as long as you're not bending your spine. Left foot in front, left arm up, go. Hip goes out to the side or to the back, turn your body, bring your right hand to the floor, come all the way back up and turn back. If you have a kettlebell, in your hand. Make sure your wrist is straight. I'm going to talk about that more during the next rest interval. But try to keep that wrist straight. So don't let your hand pull back behind you. Oh my God. Good work, rest. One more each side. So when you're holding a kettlebell, I'm gonna come really close. This is a straight wrist. If I let the kettlebell pull my hand back, this is too much stretch on that wrist. So you wanna bring your hand up and forward. If it's putting pressure on your forearm, that's pretty normal at the start. You'll get better at managing that pressure. Right side. So this last round, I'm gonna add that back leg again, that extra movement. So right hand up, right foot in front. I'm gonna rotate, left hand to the floor. I'm gonna bring my back leg through, sit, take a moment, lift again, bring my leg back behind, and then half windmill to come up. Don't worry about how many times you can do this. One slow rep at a time. Oh my gosh. Good, rest. Adding the weight makes that really tough. And that's my bad side. That particular side is just harder. This
You know,
side,
I can do all of these things, but
Yeah.
doing like this, even with, you know, reasonably heavy weight, not really heavy, is a
Yeah.
lot harder than I thought.
right? Yeah. Go.
But I
Oh, sorry.
usually
Yeah. Doing the whole get up. I can go a lot heavier than this when we do the whole thing, but just doing this one part is really difficult.
Yeah. Surprised.
So left foot is in front, left hand up. Turn your body, push your bum to the side, right hand to the floor, and then if you want to, bring your back leg through. When you put your hand to the floor, it doesn't have to be really close to you. Put your hand out far wide. You want to set up as wide as you can. Good, rest. Everybody rest, grab some water. Yeah, that was the one. So the circuit is gonna be, I think you've already held down. Racked squats. So I'm gonna show you how to hold the kettlebell on one side. Now, some of you already know how to do that and that's not so bad. I'm gonna show you how to hold it upside down if you want to. It's really tough. It's what Andrew was doing last week. Very tough. And then clean and press on one side. So we'll do that on the right, then we'll do that on the left. And then we're gonna go into swings. I'm gonna show you the beginner options, the more basic options, learning how to do the swing. And for some of you that are better at it or done it for a while and feel confident, you can try something a little harder, like side to side steps. And then the last one is gonna be a farmer's carry. All the intervals are gonna be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest, except when we do single side, like clean and press, 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left, and then rest. So a couple things will be a minute. If you have never done these, the first few rounds might be just listening to me, watching me, and then sort of maybe trying 1 or 2 times before the interval is over. And that's okay. The first time you do anything, it's going to be slow. You're going to be confused. Just be patient and just keep going. We're doing 5 rounds. So you'll definitely have time to catch up and try it by the end of the 5 rounds. But maybe that first round doesn't feel like you're actually doing anything. That's okay. Just watch. Just do as much as you can. Be patient. All right. So clean and press to start. In 10 seconds.
No, squat.
Oh, no. Squat. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying. Right.
Squat to start. So grab your kettlebell. A racked squat is bringing it up on one side, close to your body. Go. Elbow against your body, forearm against your body. Now take your feet a little wider than your hips and squat. Push your knees out, push your bum back. Because the kettlebell is only on one side, it is harder to stabilize. It's harder to brace. You're gonna feel like it's pushing you to the side or it's pulling you forward. That's normal. That is the challenge. If it feels too tough, put your other hand on the bell. So your empty hand, bring it in front and hold the kettlebell with both hands. Good work, rest. I'll show you the bottoms up next round. Now we're on clean and press, but we're gonna do the right side first and then the left side. So to set up for the clean, stand right over your kettlebell, but turn the handle so that your thumb will point back. You're gonna stand straight up and bring the kettlebell up against your body. So your elbow is gonna go right against your body. And then you're gonna add a press. The press can be optional. If you can't press overhead, just don't do that part. Go. So grab the handle, thumb points back, stand straight up and bring it to your chest. It's gonna wrap around your forearm. If you want, press it up, bring it down, and then put it down. Don't switch sides. Straight up, press, bring it down to the floor. Now the trick with the clean, it's not a slow movement. It's one fluid movement. So just think, stand up, elbow right against your body. Good, now switch sides. Other hand, straight up to your chest. Overhead maybe, bring it down to the floor. When you put it on the floor, put it between your feet. So when you go down to the floor, right between your feet. When you stand, elbow against your body. Bring your arm right against your body. Good work, rest. Now swings. Okay, so I am gonna start with the basic swing, and then round two, I'll show some more advanced options. Those of you that have done lots of swings, feel free to do any kind of swing you want right away. I'm gonna start with the basic setup. So I'm gonna take a step back. So like 1.5 to 2 feet between me and the kettlebell. I'm gonna sink way down, push your bum back, grab the handle, hike and stand. Ready. So high between your legs and stand. Between your legs and stand. Swing and stand. That's the whole movement. So I'm not lifting the kettlebell with my arms. I'm letting the movement from my hips push the kettlebell forward and back. If you need to stop early, sink down and put it way in front of you. Whew. Good work, rest. Whew. Last thing, farmer's carry. So we're gonna hold a kettlebell on one side only. I'm gonna show you a few options and we're gonna march. Most of us that do my regular classes, we don't march. I want everybody to march today. So if it's a heavy kettlebell, you're gonna hold it at your side. If it's a little bit lighter, bring it up and hold it at your chest. And if it's really light, hold it over your head. I'm gonna start low. Ready. Pick it up, square your shoulders, and then march. One leg up and switch. Bring your knee as high as you can. And if that doesn't feel so bad, try to bring your knee even higher. And really lift your leg as high as possible. Now the goal is not to shift side to side that much. It's to control every part of your body. So you're not leaning side to side. You're not swaying. Put it down between your feet and switch hands. Go right away on the other side. Really lift your knee as high as possible without rounding your back. So what I mean is come up as high as you can, but my back is still straight. And take your time lifting your knee. Try not to rush because we're going for the height. As high as you can with control. Good work, rest. That's one round done. Starting over. I think we're back to squats. Yeah, now we're gonna do it on the other side. So if you wanted to keep working on the racked squat, the first step is to do a clean and then hold it against your body on your left hand, right against your body. If you wanna make it harder, much harder, use the kettlebell upside down on your left first. We're just gonna keep switching sides. So left hand for everyone. Ready. Go, bottoms up. This is really tough, so maybe not for everyone. I'm gonna hold the weight upside down, really steady. I'm squeezing really hard. And then I'm gonna take my feet wide and I'm gonna squat really carefully. So if that is appropriate, try it. If you don't like it, go back to racked squats. And remember, you can make a racked squat easier by putting your hand and holding the kettlebell with both hands. Rest. Whew, that I had one rep to do goblet bottoms up squat was so difficult. Clean and press. Whew. The clean, when you do that kettlebell clean, if the kettlebell is really thumping against your body, you might be bringing it out in front of you too far. Think about coming up more, not out. And try to loosen your hand a little so that the kettlebell can turn. Okay, right side. Right arm only, right between your feet, straight up, elbow to your rib, maybe press if you want to do presses. If you don't like doing overhead press, just skip it. Just do the clean. The clean is enough of it's a really great movement. Skip the press if you need to. So elbow right against your body. Don't think about where the kettlebell is going so much. Think about your elbow to your body. Switch hands. Straight up, elbow to your ribs, maybe press down to the floor. Straight up, press down and to the floor. When you press overhead, squeeze your legs. Tension in your legs will help support your back, will help support your core, so you're less likely to hurt yourself, and you can press your arm up a little easier. Good work, rest. Swings again. So I'm going to show you how you start and finish a swing is really, really important. Everyone, no matter what weight you're using, no matter how advanced you are, step back from your kettlebell, squat really low. My feet are super wide. Grab the handle, hike, stand, and when you're done, sink down and put it really far in front of you. Start and finish the same every time. Ready, go. So sink down, hike and stand, hike, stand. When you stand, tuck your bum like glute bridge every single time. And my wrists are really high between my legs. Like the kettlebell is right up high between my legs. And if this is too easy, step in, step out, step in, step out. It's not as bad as it sounds. Jen was like, no. It's not as bad as it sounds, but you really have to focus. So don't try that if you don't feel ready. Work on a basic swing. Always get comfortable with that. Last thing, farmer's carry, right side, left side. This time, last round, I went a little heavy and I marched with the kettlebell at my side. This time, I'm going to bring it up to my chest. This is called the rack position. So I'm going to bring the kettlebell up high. You can keep the kettlebell down or up. Go. So I'm going to clean it up and then I'm going to march. Still trying to get my leg as high as possible. So if your kettlebell feels heavy, hold it low. If it feels a little lightish, a little moderate at your chest, if it feels really light, press it up and hold it over your head. I'm going to do that next round. Switch sides, put it between your feet, always really close. Bring it up on the other side and then march. Now, if marching with your knees really high is not possible, just make it smaller. You're lifting your leg as high as you can, controlling your spine and your whole body, like you're not swaying side to side. So maybe you're not lifting your foot very high at all. That's fine. Rest. 2 rounds done, 3 to go. Take breaks, more rest if you need it. We're back to the beginning with squats.
What's the one hand swing?
Yeah, I'll do that this round.
Jenny, I was doing those bottoms up goblet squats with 2 hands.
With
It's
both.
a lot different with one.
Yeah, okay, so it might be slightly easier with 2 hands because you're balanced slightly. Go. All right, so bring the kettlebell up on your right. Elbow points down, feet wide, and squat. Now you want to make sure your wrist is straight. I was talking about that at the start. I'm going to get closer, you can see. So if I let the kettlebell pull my hand back, my wrist is really stretched. Push your hand forward and then bring your elbow down. So your elbow is close to your body. Stick your bum back. If you really feel like you're falling forward, push your bum back more. Good, rest.
It forces you to do a good squat.
I know, that's awesome.
Did
That's
you do
hard.
bottoms up, Sly?
Yes,
Good for you. It's hard. It's really hard.
it forces you. You just really have to do it slow.
Yes,
And
yeah.
how high did you go?
Well, mine is only a 20 and I struggled.
I used a 20 too.
That's awesome. All right, now we're on clean and maybe press. Ready, right side. So make sure you stand right over your kettlebell, turn so your thumb is pointing back, bring it straight up to your chest, and then maybe press, put it down, same side. If you find the ground is too far away, you could use a little step. If you have a small fitness step, you can put the kettlebell on a step and then pull it up from the step so you don't have to go to the floor. Switch sides. Where's our little step?
Right there.
Oh, that's okay. So I have a small step. It's a little too wide, but I can put the kettlebell right on it. And now I don't have to go all the way to the floor. So that means I don't have to bend over as far. Still clean, still a really good movement. It just means I can do it a little better, a little more safely for my body. Good, rest. Oh, swings next. So Nassim asked for single arm swing. So that's what I'm going to start with. Now, it's only one interval. So because I know I can do about 15 swings, I'm going to do 6 on the right and 6 on the left, maybe 7 and 7. But the single arm swing, everything about the setup is the same. So put your kettlebell in front, take a big step back, sink down. 2 hands if you wish, or 1. Go. So I'm going to grab it with my right. I'm going to hike it high and stand. Hike and stand. I'm going to turn so you can see me from the side. My arm, my wrist is really high between my legs. After about 6 to 8, I'm going to switch hands in the air and keep going. But think you want to push your bum really far back. Every single rep, stick your bum really far back. Good, rest. I think everybody here, even though the new people have done deadlifts, the swing is just a deadlift. It's the same motion. Your bum goes back and then you stand. Farmer's carry. Oh. This time, I'm going to hold it over my head. So keep it low if that felt good. Rack if that felt good. I'm going to go high because I want to demonstrate, but you keep doing whatever felt right. Go. So if you can, bring the weight right up. Hold it there and then march. This is tough, so it has to be light. And if you don't feel comfortable with weight over your head, just don't do that. You do not have to be able to do this, but try to straighten your elbow. Try to keep your arms steady. Bring it all the way down between your feet. Switch sides. Now, a challenge for me when I have weight over my head is to keep my ribs down. I very easily arch my back. There's no control there. There's no tension. So I want to work on ribs down like hollow body. Really tough for me when I have my weight over my head. Like I'm almost not controlling my abdomen in this position. Rest. Very hard for me. I think that was 3 rounds done, 2 to go. Squats again.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. We're on left side.
Yeah.
I really want to do this bottoms up squat again. So as a reminder, if the kettlebell you're using is just a little too heavy, bring it against your body and then take your empty hand and put it on. And that is a cheat, but it is a step towards being able to do it better. Go. Using your empty hand to control the weight is a really good choice, a good technique to get more comfortable holding one kettlebell on one side. So don't feel like, well, that's cheating. I don't want to do it. That's a good assistance move to make it a little bit better. I'm going to try going bottoms up again. work. Rest.
Super hard.
Very hard. Next one, clean and press. Right side and then left side. Now, for those of you that want to get even more technical about things, you can do a clean and press with a kickstand. So that means take whatever side you're going to clean, kickstand. So put that one toe behind and then do your clean and your press. It makes it harder.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to stick with the basic. Stand right over the kettlebell, right side, bring it straight up, and then maybe press all the way down to the floor. Keep going straight up, squeeze your legs, maybe press. When you put it on the floor, put it right between your feet. Good, switch sides. When you first try new kettlebell movements like this one, it might be a basic movement, but when it's brand new, it's not gonna feel easy. It might feel really awkward and uncoordinated, and that's okay. That's normal. Just practice it. Stay patient and just keep at it. And think about pushing your bum back and bringing your elbow to your rib. Those are really important parts. Just focus on those parts. Rest. We're back to swings. So I'm going to show you really quick. So you're resting, but I'm going to show you again, the basic swing is bending and stand. That's the basic movement. Your arms, your wrists are right up high between your legs. So not down by your knees, hands up high. And then if you want to make it harder, you can let go and do one side at a time, switching hands. Go. So start with a hike and then stand. Bum, stand. All your big movement from your hips. Try not to use your arms that much. It's all from your hips. And you can try then, once you feel comfortable stepping out and in, you can try one hand or not. Good, rest. I've been doing swings for 15 years. And honestly, I felt good doing them for the last 14 years. However, in the last 18 months, after Arlo was born, I got way more aware of the fine details, of the fine tuning of my pelvis and my ribs. So, I mean, even after doing it for over 10 years, the last couple, I got much better at them really. Carry, farmer's carry. So it's not something that it's probably not something you're gonna master really quickly. And even if you do feel good doing them after a few months, you might get better and then maybe lose that technique a little bit and then get better again. You don't always learn something, master it in a couple months, right? And that technique, that sort of confidence can waver and lose it for a little while and then get it back, depending on what's going on with your body. Switch sides. The last few years for me, I've had kids, so I had to overcome recovering, right, from having children. And that taught me a lot about my core that I didn't really appreciate before, which impacted a lot of the movements I do. We're coming up to the end of round 4. We'll do one more round. Good, rest. One more time. Squats again. Did I put in intervals for the finisher?
No.
No, I didn't.
It's really done.
Interesting. Forever. Lunge. I just realized in the email, I didn't put in the intervals for the finisher, which is great.
No.
Which is great because I don't really know how much time we'll have. So now I'll choose the intervals based on how much time we have.
It's infinite.
Ready. Or if it was up to Jen, we would just do it till the next class tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna finish this last set with a bottoms up on my right. How close you hold the kettlebell to your body indicates or dictates how hard it is. So if you have your elbow close, it's gonna be easier. If you move your arm out, it's gonna be harder.
I prefer easy now.
Nothing is easy. Good, rest. Now, when you do a bottoms up squat, it's a lighter weight. So it's not as challenging for your legs, but your grip, your wrist strength, your arm strength, your lat strength, that's really what is being challenged, your core, more than legs in that case. We're on to clean and press.
I hope Jennifer Bourbonnais is doing bottoms up. You know why, Jen? Those are good for your grips. BJJ,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. So remember, if you want to make a clean harder, try it in the kickstand. So that means I've got my toe behind me. So now I'm mostly on one leg. I'm emphasizing one leg more. Really tough. Switch sides. Keep the weight really close to your body. So it's a straight line from the floor up to your chest, not like a swing. A swing goes out in front. The clean comes straight up. Squeeze your legs. As soon as you stand up, squeeze your legs, squeeze your bum. I really like the kickstand clean. It is hard. All right, swings again. And if you have a light kettlebell, side to side steps, swings they're a great option. If you don't want to do single hand, if you don't want to switch hands, side to side steps. So what it means is when the swing is low, my feet are wide, and then as it comes up, I step in, step out, step in, go. Just remember to start and finish all of your swings the same way. When you're at the top of the swing, when you're standing, try not to lean back. So imagine you were in front of a wall. Shoulders over your ribs, over your hips, over your knees. You end up in a super straight line. Squeeze your legs, pull your belly button in, just stand straight. Good, rest. It's easy to kind of lean back a little bit too far when you're doing a swing, and you just want to come to a super straight line. And if you're not sure, practice first. You just got to keep practicing it, but taking a video, will really help. Last thing, farmer's carry on each side. I'm gonna try this one. I have 3 kettlebells in front of me, way too light, a little light, and way too heavy. Go.
There's a 50 here too.
This is a 50.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go too heavy. It's the last round. Yeah. Now what this means for me is that I almost can't lift my right leg. Like I can march on one side, but then when I go to switch legs, it is so difficult. Good, switch sides, put the kettlebell between your feet, switch hands, straight up and do the other side. So yeah, when I lift the leg that's on the side that I'm holding the weight, I lean way over it. Like there's no way. This is a little too heavy. It's not so bad. I can control it. I can keep myself safe. But yeah, I cannot keep my body vertical. I lean to the side because it's just a bit too heavy. All right, we are done with all that. Rest, get some water. Whoa, we have a finisher. If you have not done a class with me with a finisher is completely extra. It is not necessary. It is not, you don't have to do it because what you have just done is more than enough. But if you want to do this, you could hear what it is first and then decide. It's 3 things. It's body pass, which I'll show you. That's a really, really great kettlebell exercise. And then something called a tactical lunge or squat. And you do not have to try this extra option. I'll show you a way to make it easier. It's a tough option. And then the last thing is any movement you want to do. It's your choice. Because we're running out of time, I'm going to make the intervals just 20 seconds on and 10 seconds rest. No, I'm going to change my mind. 25 and 15. And we're going to go through this 3 to 5 times. If we do 5, we'll run over. So just if you don't have time to stay past 10, just end as soon as you need to. So the body pass, that one is simple. You're swinging the kettlebell around your body without touching your legs or your bum, all the way around. And I'm going to show more options when we get there. The thing that I want to show is the tactical lunge. That means stepping back into a lunge and passing the kettlebell under my leg, standing up and switch sides. I step back and I pass the kettlebell under. Now, if that is not happening, you can step back, up, and just switch hands. You don't have to do it under your leg. Simply switching hands each rep might be enough. That requires a lot of focus anyway. So if that's where you feel you're at today, just do that. If you want to go under your leg, you can. The squat version is a little more of a swing. You squat down and you swing the kettlebell around your legs, but you have to hold a squat while you do that. So yeah, you can always put the kettlebell down and just do some lunges or just do some squats in this interval. You don't have to do those extra options. And then the third interval will be anything you want. Some cardio, some fast feet, some jumping jacks, skaters, plank, anything. So think about what you're gonna put in that interval. I think I'm gonna do some squat jumps, squat jacks. So grab your kettlebell for the body pass to start. 25-15.
That squat swingy thing, Jenny, is fantastic for like the weekdays workouts. Like if we have to do a squat something, right?
Totally. Yes. Yes. You can put that in squat something any day. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I love that because that's sort of the point of these classes was to show you things you can work in.
Oh, I love, yeah.
Yeah.
Better than the lunges.
All right. 10 seconds to go. We're starting with body pass. I think it's important you guys know we've been listening to Spice Girls for the whole class. Go. Swing the kettlebell around your body. Don't let it bump your legs or your bum. So let it swing enough that it comes all the way around. Yes, you have to focus when you switch hands.
You're forcing me to do stuff I never do. This is awesome.
Maybe I don't do it that much either.
I know
I'm going to show you a different option next round. Bring it to a stop, put it down. So now, lunges, squats, wall sit, tactical lunge if you want to, that swing squat. I'm calling it tactical squat. Go. So I'm going to start with the tactical lunge again, but you can do any legs you wish. I'm going to step back, pass the kettlebell under my leg, stand and switch. Big step back, pass it under, stand and switch. If you find lunges are too hard as it is, put the kettlebell down and just work on lunges.
Also, you're on the ground in the middle.
Yeah. Good work, rest. Last thing is your choice. I'm going to do squat jacks, squat jumps. I'm going to start with a squat jack, and then next round, I'm going to use the kettlebell. Go. So I'm going to have my feet together, bring them wide. I'm going to reach down between my feet, bring my feet in, and then out. My feet go in and out like a jumping jack, but I'm squatting down in the middle. I'm jumping, but it's a really tiny little movement. And if I need to, I can just step out, step in. Good, rest. Round 2, body pass. If you need to, remember to switch directions. Now we're gonna go the other way. And if you're not sure which direction you went, just start. Don't think about it, just start and then switch. So I always start going the left first, always. That's natural. So if I wanna switch directions now, I'm just gonna make it stop with my other hand. And now I'm gonna go to the right. And that stop, catching it like that, that's called body pass and catch. Catch it in the other hand, swing it behind, bring it up and catch it. Try not to let it push you around. Good, rest, yeah. Pushing you around means that when you catch it, your whole body recoils. You don't want to do that. You want to brace so that when you catch, it stops clean. Then, tactical lunge, squat, wall sit, go. Any kind of squat you want to do, any kind of lunge. This time I'm going to do that squat swing. So I'm going to hold a squat. My feet are wide, my knees are wide, and I'm moving the kettlebell in a figure 8 around my legs. Try not to let your body lean forward too much. So really stick your bum back and bend your knees. Push your knees wide. Rest. In that one, if you drop it, it's not really going to go that far. Last
That's
thing
exactly what I did, dropped it.
Yeah, so did Jen. But on that mat you're using, it wouldn't be a big deal at all, right? It would land on the cushy mat. Your choice. Go. Whew. So I did squat jacks last round. This time I'm going to use the kettlebell. I'm going to touch the floor with the kettlebell and then hop up. Touch the floor, hop up. It's a small jump, but it's kind of like a squat jack with the weight. Same position as a squat jack, but now I'm lifting 20 pounds when I jump up. Rest. 2 rounds done. Do as many as you feel you can. Keep going if you can. Stop now if you want to. We're back to body pass. Ready. Go. So your feet should be hip width. Squeeze your legs and then start to swing it around. If you want to make it harder or more technical, up and catch. Swing it around, catch. Now, when you do a catch, elbow is pointing down. Try not to lift your arm up. Try to keep it angled low. Rest. Tactical lunge, squat, wall sit, any lower body you want. Go. Now, if you're doing the tactical lunge, which direction you pass under your leg is totally up to you. Like which side, which leg goes back is all, whatever feels best. Go with what feels instinctive. I always pass it on the inside. So through the inside and under. A lot of people pass it from the outside. So for instance, that means I would take the other leg back and now I'm going to pass it from the outside. That's fine, as long as you can control it. There's no right or wrong for that. Your choice. I didn't hear you. Go. If you're doing squat jacks, try to keep your back really straight. So you're not reaching for the floor from your spine. You're sinking low from your hips and knees. And if you can't touch the floor, just don't. Just reach down as far as you can. Good, rest. Was that 3 done?
Clap your hands if you're working too hard.
I think we have 2 rounds to go, if you wish. If you're taking off for the day, happy Sunday. See you tomorrow. Body pass, go. Yeah, I don't do body pass that often anymore. And I never ever did heavy body pass. Like this is pretty heavy for me. And it is hard. It's very challenging. In a good way. Good, rest. Like it makes me want to use that exercise more often. Okay, lunges, squats. Ready. I'm going to do that squat swing again. Go. So one of the challenges of squat swing is to not let your knees move. So push your knees out. Try not to let the kettlebell bang your legs, which is what I just did. Oh my goodness, this really burns. Good, rest. Oh, okay. Squat swing. Yeah, which is also called a figure 8 squat, but I kind of like calling it the tactical squat more. And then jump squats, that's really a lot. Go.
Better at.
So you can do a squat jack with a kettlebell. So step out, squat down, touch the floor with the kettlebell, stand all the way up and do the other side. Squat down and stand. So now I'm doing, almost, it's like a deadlift and a squat combo. Good work, rest. One more round if you can. Last time for body pass. Remember, if you're not doing the catch, you have to be switching sides because there's going to be one side that you feel comfortable with. Go. And the other that you don't so much. So I always start by going to the left and then I'll remind myself, got to switch, and then I'll turn the other way. And that direction is always worse. It's not a strength. It's not really a strength issue. It's the mobility in my shoulder and it's just the coordination. Like it just feels unnatural to go this way. Good, rest. I really have to think about it. Squats, lunges. Ready, go. I'm going back to squat jacks without the kettlebell, without the jump, touching the floor. Feet should be wide, knees open. Good work, rest. And then last thing, last interval, your choice. Oh yeah, squat jumps. What was I just did the wrong thing. That's what I was doing. Instead of squats and lunges, I did the wrong thing. Go. Now I'm gonna finish with the tactical squat because I missed it. Oh, we're on our last interval. Oh my gosh. Well done, rest. We are finished.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, good work, guys.
Oh, the glutes.
Now we'll do glutes. Yeah, for those that don't know, this is officially the end of class, but we stick around longer. We started at the beginning of the pandemic and we do another finisher that's just glutes. If you want to stay, stick around. If not, have a great day, great work. See you tomorrow. See you Tuesday.
Thanks, Jenny. That was great.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Okay, heart rate is pretty high. Give me a sec.
Awesome, Jen.
New things always feel hard, right? Like new things make you think, and if you're thinking, you might not be breathing as much. All right, if you want to do some glutes, grab a band. If you have one, if you want to use it, we can do glute bridge. We can do hydrants, just like we would normally do in the warm-ups. Because we didn't do glute bridge, I'm going to do some glute bridge, just a basic glute finisher. All the intervals are 20 seconds. And just like our warm-up, we'll go 20 seconds of up and down, and then 20 seconds of up and hold 4 times. All right, thank you. 15 seconds to go. If you have a band, put it on your legs just above your knees. Ready, feet wide, knees open, go. So up and down, but tuck your pelvis every time you lift. So scoop and lift. Now actually, glute bridge might be, if when you do lots of kettlebell work or try new kettlebell things, up and hold, and it hurts your lower back, or maybe it bothers your lower back, hurt might be too strong a word. Glute bridge at the end might actually be a really good way to kind of counteract some of that work on your lower back because you're putting your pelvis back into a better position and engaging your glutes. 1 round done. Go again, down and up. Every time you lift, scoop and come up. You can either do that each rep or hold your pelvis tucked the whole time. Whatever you can do. Sometimes I can hold it the whole thing, but sometimes I lose that and I have to reset. Up and hold. So scoop, come up as high as you can, belly button in, squeeze your bum as hard as you can.
And Frank.
Okay. Maybe push your knees open. That will make it harder. We're halfway. Go again, down and up, all the way down. and then all the way up. As high as you can with your belly button pulled in. And if you have anything in your back doing glute bridge, you might be lifting too high. In that case, scoop, but don't go all the way up. Good, up and hold. This is the end of round 3. We're gonna do 4 rounds, but you can stop anytime you feel you're done. Oh my gosh. Good, one more time. Down and up, all the way down, scoop and lift. This is the last round. You can have your arms on the floor beside you, or you can hold your head up. I feel like that's most comfortable for me if I have my head up. You can also bring a cushion with you and put your head on a pillow. Good, up and hold. This is it, last interval. Oh. Good work. We're really done. We are finished, guys. Just kidding, arms.
Thanks, Jen.
Guys.
Oh my gosh.
For those that are new to kettlebells, every Sunday, we're going to be doing this every Sunday. And if it felt really, really confusing, it just takes practice.
That was awesome.
Bye. Have a great day.
Yeah, you
Thanks,
too.
Jen. It was great.
Jenny, that's 31 in 31 days for January.
31 what? What?
Workout.
Oh, good for you. I think that's true for me as well, but it was not, it was not my choice. Honestly, I'm so excited to do burpees tomorrow. Really, really excited. I didn't think I would care this much. I care a lot. I miss them so much.
We should pop the champagne on Tuesday, like celebrate.
I was in bed last night looking at Iron Wolf videos, that guy that does like thousands of burpees. Like I was literally like, I can't wait. This is happening.
You well, I think February maybe my burpee month, maybe.
Yeah. Now, like, I'm going to scare people away, but I really do. There will always be options. But
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing a lot of burpees. Yeah.
It's funny when I tell people that, they look at me a little differently.
Yeah, I know. I
Who is this Iron Wolf, Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew, I only tell you guys. I don't really tell anyone.
Yeah, only those that understand, right?
Mhm.
Others, they're like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye. Tomorrow.
Bye.
Val,
Bye,
do you want me
guys.
to call you?
Yeah.
Call you?
See you later.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a great day. Thanks so
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Oh, hi, Mary Jo. Bye, Mary Jo. Oh, thanks. Whew. That was a good one. Thanks, Larry. You're just gonna take the dogs for a quick run, so. Oh, hi, Susan.
What do you think, Susan?
I did it all. It was great. It was a super workout.
Yeah.
It is. And then we did do the glutes at the end, which we always do. But I just did the walking. I didn't do the glute bridge.
Yeah, that came just as I was hitting the button. Hi.
Okay.
Hi, how you
Just as you were saying it, I was about to hit the button. So
Oh, okay.
that was good, eh?
Yeah,
That was really good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
really good.
it's good to go back and revisit the basic technique of things, even if it's something that you've done before. I find that really helpful. Okay, now I'm going. Time for
Okay.
breakfast. See you
Bye.
later. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Oh, so it's good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And I just have my 1 15